Hello all, my name is Julian Navarrete. This is my 7th week of covering the financial markets for you. I'm having a great time over these 7 weeks, really learning a lot about the financial markets, and I do these videos because I'm interested in the markets and I want to present it in a succinct way, something that's interesting to me and hopefully interesting for you, not just a normal post that you see on LinkedIn or YouTube or whatever it may be. Um, so I'll be continuing to do so throughout the summer, and hopefully you can enjoy it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this short video. But let's get started. I think today was a great day for the markets. We saw a lot of green today. For instance, the three major indices of the United States were all in the green. I know the S&P 500 reached a new record high ever since May, I believe. It closed at 2,137 points with some decimal numbers in there too. Also, the Dow Jones Industrial closed up. I mean, the real number that we look for, or I look for, is the 18,000. I think 18,000 has a very influential look to it. I think a lot of investors see 18,000 points as a very bullish view, a very bullish perspective, and I agree. People are happy. People are enjoying the investment market, and they're really getting after it at 18,000 and trying to push it forward. Anything less, obviously, is not it's not it doesn't make too much of an influence. Anything less isn't like the magic number 18,000, which is obvious, but I think it has more to do with it was influential terms. In influential terms, is psychologically 18,000. Number 18,000 for the Dow Jones is very important. So it's very cool to see how 18,000 has been recorded throughout the week. Actually, this past week we saw it going back to Friday. Friday was a great day. You know why? The Friday June reports, the June employment reports, 287,000 jobs were recorded. That's astronomical compared to the May jobs report. Just incredible amount. I mean, analysts expected half of 287,000, and to provide 287,000 jobs, non-farmable jobs, is really crucial to a variety of things, especially the financial markets, especially in macroeconomic terms. Where are interest rates going to go? Interest rates, I believe they'll stay here. They'll stay around the same points. I don't think they're going to raise rates. The Federal Reserve isn't going to raise rates until December 2018. We saw that in the dot plot that was presented 2 videos ago, about 2 months ago, I believe, or a month ago. Not too far away, but that dot plot really helped our perspective with what the Federal Reserve is speaking about, what they're thinking about. Also, something important that occurred today, moving into today. So David Cameron, Prime Minister of the UK, stepping down Wednesday, and Theresa May is stepping up on Wednesday as Prime Minister of the UK, which is very important because upon Brexit, we all expected it to take at least 2 years to figure out who was going to fill the role of Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And it only took at about 2 weeks. So it's very interesting how that all happened. I mean, we see a lot of analysts make expectations and really put their opinion out there, but a lot of people were wrong on this. I expected 2 years because I read 2 years. I think I need to really dig more and actually have my own opinion. I think that's very important. That's what I'm learning here, presenting this information to you. I'm really starting to establish my own opinion and actually provide it with some backing, with some background information, some factual information. But anywho, I mean, a lot of analysts come from very pristine or elite backgrounds that made mistakes, and that's fine. But yeah, so I think this week is very important for earnings reports. Earnings reports specifically in the banking or the financial industry. We have a variety of banks coming out. As I look here, I read on Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance has been taking care of me lately. They really provide information in a succinct way. I think that's a good start if you're trying to get into the markets. But J.P. Morgan Chase, BlackRock, on Thursday, and Friday is a pretty big day. Citigroup, Wells Fargo, and U.S. Bancorp. PNC, but I think it's important to look at these big five banks right here. JP Morgan Chase. I kind of want to show you what I'm looking at right now as a Zolio intern, this company. So this is the platform I use as an intern at Zolio Trader. I think it's backwards here, but I think no, you can tell that this is a very standard platform that I'm using. It's not an information type of platform. It's just a transaction platform where you find and you trade easily. You put your trade in here. You learn about the markets on the Learn tab, portfolio. But essentially, it's very easily. This is my portfolio here. But I have specifically on the financial industry for this week. I have some trades locked in. J.P. Morgan Chase as a short. Actually shorted it. I'm kind of playing my cards here, shorting and going long. I'm still learning about it. I'm still trying to strategize, but I'm specifically on J.P. Morgan Chase. Um, I'm going short on it because I don't think they're going to come in strong and beat expectations. I think from quarter one to quarter two, there's a big difference, mainly in trade revenue. See that, like, I have some arguments for J.P. Morgan Chase, specifically with their trading revenues. Trading revenues were really low in quarter one, but ever since Brexit, which was pretty recent, I think not just Brexit, but a variety of events occurred that trading volumes have increased in the past few weeks, and I think that's going to make a big difference. So I kind of hedged my short on J.P. Morgan Chase by going long on Wells Fargo, going long on the spider of XLF, which covers a variety of banks in one exchange traded fund, and I'm going long on a couple of others, but nothing too crazy. I went short on Deutsche Bank and Banco Santander SA. I think that's important because with the CCAR results, Banco Santander and Deutsche Bank were rejected, while JP Morgan and Citigroup, I actually went long on Citigroup as well. I've missed them. I went long on them because I think it's important on that actual result, as well as Citigroup and JP Morgan. I went on a limb with J.P. Morgan after a variety of research tools I use with Edgar, and Edgar used by the SEC, created by the SEC, and Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha has been helping me. I'm going to be checking into some analyst calls or earnings calls. I think that's pretty cool. But no, I see something of importance, and I have it up here: the efficiency ratio and the net interest margin for Citigroup. A lot of two basic measurements that are fairly important to how I believe they're going to be regarded. I think the efficiency ratio, from what I know, is how well it's actually, how well it's expensing its products that are going out the door, and the net interest margin is essentially um, like an investment tool, investment measurements, how well their investments are doing. Um, I think from what I remember, it's been at a stable 2%. I have it right here, actually. Citigroup earnings preview on Seeking Alpha. Yes, it's been at 2.90% from first quarter in 2014 all the way to the first quarter of 2016, 2.92%, and hasn't moved around that much. So I think the NIM is going to be a really highly regarded measurement in this, and that's what I'm looking for. There's a variety of measurements we can be looking for on an earnings call, but I think that's pretty important to me. Um, but overall, there's a lot of different ones on the J.P. Morgan. I'm still figuring out my short, to be perfectly honest. I read into a lot of it, and out of everything I've read, I thought it was important to short it just to try and see. I know J.P. Morgan's a powerhouse, and it actually like sets the tone of all earnings reports coming out for banks. But I still think that I hedged myself well, and I think it'll be a good bet. But we'll see in the coming weeks. 9 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a long time. I hope you stuck around. I appreciate you sticking around. I'll see you next week. I'll probably see you throughout this week and update you on these earnings calls. Thanks.